Namaste students, myself Dr. Vinayak Deshmukh, working as assistant professor in Siddheshwar Mahavidyalaya Mazar. Students, today we are going to see a very interesting topic concerned to the examination point of view as a part of our curriculum, that is vector algebra. Means when we see or discuss or see about the topic vector algebra, first of all we have to see what is meant by a scalar quantity or what is meant by a vector quantity. Means in this topic we are going to see the different ideas, different properties, different applications in case of scalar and vector physical quantities, that is known as the vector algebra. Today we will see about vector algebra. Okay students, very simple topic. Don't confuse. I will teach you this chapter in such a way that you will score the maximum marks in this topic. Okay. Now, first of all, we will see that, and we know very well that in general it is observed that the physical quantities are divided into two groups. Okay. Are you getting me or not? Means what? We may simply say that the physical quantities are divided in two groups. One, those physical quantities which can be described or explained or understood easily only by the magnitude are called as the scalar quantities, are also called as the scalars. Means what? The first physical quantity are called as scalar quantity, or it is also called as the scalars. Okay. Now, in this such type of scalar physical quantities, we have said that those physical quantities which can be required, expressed, understood only by the magnitude. Means what? Magnitude. Suppose that, for example, when we measure mass of a body, means what? Mass is a physical quantity of which we are going to make some measurement here. Suppose that the mass of a mango is 10 gram. Listen to what I am saying here. The mass of a mango is suppose that 10 gram. Means when I am saying that the mass of the 10 gram means you are clear cut idea about the mass of the mango. Suppose that length. Suppose that I am saying this pen is having somewhat length of 10 centimeter. Are you correct? Means what? When I am saying that the length of this pen is 10 centimeter, means you are getting the clear cut idea of that physical quantity as a length there, or sometimes time. Suppose that I am saying I require to walk a distance, suppose that 10 seconds, or I cover a specified distance in time 10 seconds. Means what? Mass 10 gram, clear cut idea. Length 10 centimeter, clear cut idea. Time 10 seconds, clear cut idea. Means what? These are the physical quantities in which we are going to see about their only magnitude are called as the scalar physical quantities. Now, second thing. In case of another physical quantity, that is known as the vector physical quantities, are also called as the also called as the vectors. Now, in first case, we have said that a scalar physical quantity which can be easily described, understood, explained only by magnitude is called as the scalar physical quantity. Now, in second case, we have said that a physical quantity which can be described by magnitude like a scalar and direction. Very simple. Means a physical quantity which can be easily described, explained, understood by magnitude and directions are called as the vector. Physical quantities are also called as the vectors. Means what? Suppose that a person standing at point B, and suppose that he wants to go A to B. Means what? The distance covered by that person from A to B is, suppose that it is 5 centimeter. Okay. Now the question is arising that what is the direction for the particle performing 5 centimeter distance? Means what? A person going from A to B. Means what? He wants to some direction and the distance. Therefore, we can say that the distance covered by some direction is nothing but in the simple language it is called as the displacement. Okay, suppose that. Another example. This is a block. Okay, or getting the block. This is a block. Suppose that I am applying somewhat force. What I am saying here, I am applying somewhat force in this direction. Means obviously this block will be displaced in this direction. Okay, in another case, suppose that now I am changing the direction. Suppose that the same block is displaced in this direction by some force F. Okay, means what? For the displacement of any body, any object, we are applying somewhat force. It is observed that the block is changing in position by some direction. Therefore, we say that force is a vector quantity because this block is having somewhat mass in kg or milligram or kg or grams. Means what? When we are applying somewhat force on that direction, it is displaced from one point to another point. Therefore, those physical quantities which can be expressed in case of magnitude and direction are called as the vector physical quantities. And the very best example are nothing but the velocity, after that acceleration, after that force, after that momentum, and so on there. Means in this year we have seen the very important two definitions for studying the vector, as the vector known as the scalar quantity and vector quantity. Now, after that, when studying a vector physical quantity, we know all very well that a vector quantity can be representation. Means what? How to represent? We know very well that scalar physical quantity is a pure number. It is pure figure. But in case of any vector quantity, observe that it is having somewhat a direction, and therefore the representation of a vector quantity. Suppose that A is a vector quantity. How we identify that? Means what? A vector quantity is represented by showing that symbol in bold-faced manner. Write down that symbol of the vector physical quantity in a bold face or capital face down, or giving a single arrow on its head. Means what? We can represent, means representation of any vector physical quantity is by doing either showing it by the bold face, or showing or giving a simple arrow on its head. That is known as the representation of the vector. Now, suppose that vector A. When I say that vector A is represented in a space, this what? First, we will see vector A can be represented in a two-dimensional figure like this. Means along x-axis and along y-axis. Okay, like this. Vector A is represented along x-axis and always along y-axis. Now, the resultant can be become like this. Okay, the resultant will be nothing but the vector A is equal to x-axis and y-axis. Now, after that, I will give the one again important aspect regarding to the chapter, that a vector having unit magnitude. Be careful what I am saying here. A vector having a unit magnitude is called as the unit vector. Very simple one. What I am saying here? A vector having a unit magnitude is called as the unit vector. Now, in case of two-dimensional figures, in case of two-dimensional diagrams along x-axis and along y-axis, we can represent or we can show a unit vector having unit magnitude can be drawn along the x-axis, is represented by or is given by small I vector. Be careful what I am saying here. A unit vector drawn along x-axis is represented by or is shown by vector I. Similarly, we can draw, we can represent, we can show another unit vector along y-axis is represented as or is known as vector j, that is small j. It is happening in case of x and y. And suppose that in case of three-dimensional figure, what is happening here? Means about x, y and z axis, it is very simple one, like this. In the previous we have seen about x axis, y axis and z axis, like this. X, y and z. Vector A is present along x axis, y axis and z axis. Vector I is represented as along x axis, vector j along y-axis and vector k small along the z-axis. Means we can simply say that vector I, vector j and vector k are nothing but the unit rectangular vectors drawn along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Students, up till now in this section we have seen the fundamental idea for studying very clearly about the vector algebra. That is, first we have seen about what is a scalar physical quantity. After that, we have seen about vector physical quantity. Also, we have seen that how we can represent any vector in any medium, that is maybe along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. Also, we have said that vector I, vector j and vector k are known as the unit rectangular vectors drawn along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Today we are seeing this. In the next topic, in the next slide, we will see the remaining part in concern with that vector algebra. Thank you very much.